then, of course, there will be a little bit of time for questions. President.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you all. I've just had a very good exchange of views with the members of the European Council. You have a copy of the speech that I gave, a little bit more detail. The scenes in Ukraine are very difficult to witness, and while we hoped and worked to promote a process of de-escalation, our fears and warnings were tragically realized this morning. President Putin has unleashed war in Europe. And the message I had and the Parliament has passed to the heads of state or government has been very clear. What has to emerge tonight is that the European Union and its member states will continue to act in unison, that we have the political will and the strategic capacity to stand up to the threat posed by Russia, and that we will not leave Ukraine alone, that we show solidarity with Ukraine. Doubt, fear and instability are part of Putin's arsenal, and our shields must be our fundamental principles, our determination and our solidarity with Ukraine and among member states. The fact is that this was not our making. We did not provoke, and we did not start a new war on our continent. But confronted with this brutal provocation, we must show our populations, our neighbours and the world that the right thing to do is also the sensible thing to do. And the price for breaking all international legal and moral agreements must be extraordinary. So the European Parliament calls on Putin to immediately stop the aggression. The European Parliament calls for new, swift and severe sanctions. And the European Parliament calls for increased assistance to Ukraine and European readiness to absorb humanitarian suffering. Thank you. I'll take any questions you have now.
Thank you very much. Yes, please, Laura.
Hi, this is Laura Zornoza from the Spanish News Agency. In the run-up to the summit, different leaders have expressed different views on how strong the sanctions package should be tonight. Some have said that it should go all the way and not save anything for the future, and others have suggested to, for example, leave SWIFT out. What's your view on how strong the package should be? Do you think that there's something that should be left for any other trigger from Putin? Thank you.
For the European Parliament, it's very clear, as it has been very clear in the past and in the run-up to today, even before the events we witnessed today, that the sanctions have to be swift and severe. They have to also leave nobody off the table. So position is clear, nothing off the table. And this is why I conveyed the position of the European Parliament in this regard. We had very good discussions with the leaders. The concern was shared and the dangers that Ukraine is exposed to, as we are seeing from also this morning, and all the footage that we are seeing coming in, requires the quickest and the swiftest of reactions.
Next question, Lorenzo.
Lorenzo Consoli, Asca News. It's a little bit a follow-up of the question of my colleague. Do you think that energy should be among the sanctions decided tonight, or that it's better to keep a margin for more sanctions in case the situation goes even worse, for instance, with an occupation of the country? Thanks.
First of all, I think what we were worried about happened today, even though all efforts were made to de-escalate, to deter, with messages that were already very strong and with positions that were taken that were already very strong. So without speculating on the outcome of tonight's discussions between the heads of state or government, I can very much say that we would like as a European Parliament for the strongest possible sanctions and messages to go out tonight. It is already, I would say, too late. It is already, I would say, after the unthinkable happened in our Europe, in our neighborhood, on our territory.
Next question, please.
This is Shandor from Euronews. I would like to hear your opinion, because now we know more or less what kind of behavior is Russia having. How do you see the EU's long-term strategy towards Russia? How should we deal in the long term with this country? Thank you.
Yeah, I think we should not be under any illusion that the attacks that are ongoing of today, they go to the very heart of what we know as a European model of democracy. And that is exactly what Putin is afraid of. He would like to turn back the clock, so to speak, on such democratic models. He would like to undo this model because he is afraid of openness, accountability and freedoms. And our Europe is one of values, it is one of laws, it is one of rules, and therefore no aggression should go unanswered.